Big budget decisions ahead for state lawmakers in the next legislative session. Thank you for joining us at 6. I'm Kiana Burks.
And I'm Darren Perrin. Lawmakers will face tough choices on the cost of schools and the cost of fighting climate change. Our political reporter Calvin Cutler is live in our Montpelier bureau. Calvin, Governor Scott using his weekly press conference to sound the alarm on these issues.
Yeah, that's right, Darren and Kiana. Good evening. Now, the clean heat standard and education finance reform are two issues that we've tracked for years. And today, Governor Phil Scott is ringing alarm bells, saying that Vermonters can't afford where we're heading. Vermont's governor says a landmark thermal energy bill, years in the making, which is yet to be voted on by lawmakers, is proving to be too complex and costly, much like healthcare reform was a decade ago.
From my perspective, this is starting to look a lot like single payer.
Lawmakers overrode Scott's veto on the clean heat standard, a program designed to wean Vermonters off of fossil fuels and instead invest in more eco-friendly forms of home heating, like heat pumps and biofuels. Questions of the cost to consumers for implementing the new program have sparked political acrimony. But now we have more clarity. According to a new study published by the Department of Public Service, a potential clean heat standard designed to meet the requirements of the Global Warming Solutions Act over the next 25 years would take investments to the tune of just shy of $10 billion.
There's still many unanswered questions, like who actually pays for what?
Governor Scott and his team say shortages of contractors to pull it off is another concern.
Only 3 states in the nation are even thinking about this. Why does Vermont have to be first?
But some say Scott's concerns are misplaced because changing the way we heat our homes and businesses will be a net positive to the economy.
This study is saying the benefits of doing that, $12 billion in benefits, outweigh the costs by $3 billion over the next 25 years.
Jared Duvall serves on Vermont's Climate Council and is with the Energy Action Network. He says many aren't focusing on the long-term savings of ditching fossil fuels, adding, "We still don't know what that will do to the price of a gallon of fuel oil. That will come in a study due in December."
We have to have an honest, fact-based conversation and not be distracted by made-up numbers from the fossil fuel industry and their lobbyists.
The Scott administration is also raising red flags about the upcoming school budget season and another potential looming education property tax spike. In a letter to school boards this week, Scott's team estimates that even if school districts keep spending flat, it's estimated that Vermont could see a 7% average property tax hike after this year's 14% increase.
We have to prepare ourselves for what's going to happen in the not too distant future when we put out another December 1st letter that will probably show another increase.
A key commission is expected to make recommendations on short and long-term education cost containment strategies before the session in January. No, but these are just two big issues coming down the pike for the legislature when they reconvene in January. Now, it still remains to be seen whether there will be any shifts in political leanings in the legislature after voters head to the polls in November. Reporting live in our Montpelier bureau, Calvin Cutler, Channel 3 News.
Right, Calvin, thank you.